Did you know that some historians believe cheese was discovered entirely by accident? Picture this. Thousands of years ago, a traveler pours milk into a pouch made from an animal's stomach for a long journey across the desert. Hours later, thirsty and tired, they open the pouch. Not a refreshing drink, but lumpy, solid chunks floating in a watery liquid. What happened? Rennet, an enzyme in the stomach lining, had worked its magic, curdling the milk. This happy accident, this culinary boo-boo, was the dawn of one of humanity's most beloved foods. Now, before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let's establish one fundamental truth. All cheese begins its life as milk. Cow's milk, goat's milk, sheep's milk, water, buffalo milk. The type of milk used is the first and most critical decision, dictating initial flavor, fat content, and texture. The quality of this foundational ingredient is non-negotiable. Great cheesemakers are obsessed with the source of their milk, what the animals ate, where they roamed, how they were feeling. All these factors contribute to the milk's unique profile, its terroir. Our journey from milk to cheese begins with a gentle warming. Milk is heated in a large vat to a set temperature. This pasteurization eliminates unwanted bacteria. It also prepares milk for starter cultures. Starter cultures are added to begin fermentation. Beneficial bacteria consume the milk's lactose. They convert lactose into lactic acid. Acidification changes milk chemistry and flavor. Once acidity is right, it's time for coagulation. We curdle the milk to separate solids from liquid. Milk solids, proteins, fats. The liquid is the whey. We add rennet to trigger coagulation. Rennet acts like microscopic scissors. It snips proteins and they tangle into a gel. The vat becomes a single wobbly solid. A giant custard-like block forms. Next, cut the curd. Long harp-like knives are used, slicing first vertically, then horizontally. A grid of small cubes appears. Cube size is a key fork in the road. Small cubes, grain of rice size, release more whey. Result, harder, drier cheeses like Parmesan. Large cubes, sugar cube size, retain moisture. Result, softer cheeses like Camembert. With curds cut, the cheesemaker gently stirs and often cooks. Curds shrink and expel watery whey. The entire contents of the vat are poured onto a draining table or into molds, allowing the watery greenish-yellow whey to run off. What we're left with is a pile of soft, warm curds. Next comes one of the most important ingredients in the entire process, salt. Sometimes the salt is mixed directly into the curds before they are pressed. Other times, the formed cheese wheel is rubbed with dry salt or soaked in a salty brine bath. With the curds salted, it's time to apply some pressure. This machine applies steady pressure over several hours, and knitting the individual curds into a single, solid, cohesive wheel or block of cheese. Finally, our newly formed cheese is ready for its long, slow nap. This is the aging process, or as the French call it, affinage. Here, the cheese will rest for weeks, months, or even years. So there you have it. The fundamental journey from a humble pail of milk to a complex, flavorful wheel of cheese. We start with milk add cultures to acidify it, introduce rennet to curdle. It cut the curd to release the whey, drain, salt press, age the result. Every single step offers a world of possibilities. Changing the milk type, the starter cultures, the size of the curd, cut the pressing technique, the aging conditions, is how we get the incredible diversity we see at the cheese counter. Think about the difference between a fresh, tangy goat cheese and a hard, crystalline, aged Gouda. Now that you know the basic roadmap, the world of cheese is yours to explore. Don't be afraid to ask questions at your local cheese shop. Ask them, what's tasting good right now? Was this journey through cheese making interesting? Did it spark any more questions? Like this essay, share it with a fellow food lover, and definitely drop a comment below with your questions or suggestions for our next culinary exploration. Now, if you'll excuse me, all this talk has made me hungry.